me and Martin Roper your STP candidate, because... Why should they vote for me?
Because you're more decisive.
Right. Vote for me because I am more decisive. Shall I turn left or right at the bottom of the hill?
Vote Labour. Vote Labour. This is Bill Catlon, your Labour candidate. Vote for me, please.
Vote STP.
Vote Labour. We just slow down a bit, man.
There's something wrong with the brakes. I don't know.
Is there something wrong with the steering?
Steering! I can't do anything about it.
Caslon, William Richard.
Labour, intensive care.
3,237. Roper, Martin Cyril.
STP critical.
1,265. Such, Screaming Lord.
Monster raving loony.
5,019.
Up the loonies. Up the loonies.
Bastard, Alan Beresford.
Conservative.
31,756. And I therefore declare that Alan Beresford Bastard is returned as Member of Parliament for the constituency of Halton Price. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I should like to begin by thanking my loving wife, Sarah, my political agent, Beatrice Prothero, and in particular, the Chief Constable of East Yorkshire, Sir Malachi Jellicoe, who has ensured that this election has been conducted within the boundaries of the law. However, my great victory has been marred by tragedy. A very profound tragedy that has befallen two of my worthy opponents. I would therefore ask you all now to stand in silence with me for 1 minute.
I know why those cars crashed, Bastard. And I know you know why they crashed.
How much do you want? £20,000.
Why do you assume I'm angling for a bribe?
But you can't arrest me here now. It's the greatest day of my life, please.
I'm not going to arrest you. You're far more used to me in Parliament than in prison. It's a law. I want passing.
Sorry, sir. Members only.
I am a member. I've got the largest majority in the House.
Name?
Bastard.
I'm really doing my job.
We claim we are full and enthusiastic members of the European community, and yet we are the only member state whose police don't carry guns. How, then, can the English policemen be expected to respond when heavily armed French bank robbers come swarming through the Channel Tunnel?
I say, Alan, that's awfully good.
You like it?
It's wonderful.
Must be rubbish, then.
Damn. Damn, 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 damn. You're having a bit of trouble with that speech, aren't you, Alan?
I really don't know why you're not in the cabinet, Piers, with a razor-sharp brain like that. How did you ever get to be an MP, anyway? Oh, but then, of course, your constituency is south of Watford, isn't it? Where they'd elect a hat stand if it had a blue rosette on it. Hello, Alan Bastard, biggest majority in the House of Commons. Oh, Sir Malachi, yes. Yes, Chief Constable, they're voting on it this afternoon, so with any luck you should be shooting suspects by tea time. Now, about the little car crash I had nothing to do with.
Wandering Hello? Hello?
Aha! Big day for you, Bastard. Third reading of your private member's bill.
Oh, is it today? Oh, thank you for reminding me, Sir Stephen. I was going to pop off at 2:30 and visit a massage parlour.
Oh, very good. I know a joke when I hear one. I think I may just have heard one then.
Look, I'm trying to write a speech. Go away.
I'm very sorry, old boy. I won't say another word.
Good.
Extraordinary, really. Bastard's only been in the house 3 months. He's on the verge of arming the police.
Alan's got writer's block.
Oh, have you? Well, look, may I give you a preview of my intended oration? It might help to stimulate your creative juices.
No, thank you.
For a century and a half, the British bobby has patrolled his beat on his trusty bicycle, armed only with his sturdy truncheon, his whistle, and his considerable courage.
Here, here.
Old hat.
Oh, do you really think so? Oh, all right. Armed only with his whistle, his considerable courage, and his old hat.
Order! Mr. Bastard! For a century and a half, the British bobby has patrolled his beat on his trusty bicycle, armed only with his sturdy truncheon, his considerable courage, and his old hat.
I left my notes on the desk.
As Wordsworth put it, who is this happy warrior? Who is he that every man in arms should wish to be? But enough of poetry. In my opinion, arming the police is simple common sense. And so, in the immortal words of Hill Street Blues, let's do it to them before they do it to us.
Order! Mr. Robert Slippin. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I speak against this bill as a man who, on demonstration, picket line and sit-in, has very often been on the receiving end of the brave Bobby's sturdy truncheon. I now realise, of course, that a bullet in the brain would have put less strain on the National Health Service. The very idea, Mr. Speaker, of arming the sort of thug that we have seen in recent disputes fills me with absolute horror. Have we already forgotten the horrors of fortress bombing?
Perhaps it's in your pocket.
Have we already forgotten the battlefields of South?
There it is. The city.
And if this bill becomes law, this Thatcherite toy boy will have a heavily armed force at his disposal, thus taking us one step further towards a right-wing Tory police state.
Precisely the point of my bill, Mr. Speaker.
Exactly the point of Alan's bill, Mr. Speaker.
Stephen Baxter.
I am obliged, Mr. Speaker. For a century and a half, the British bobby has patrolled his beat on his trusty bicycle, armed only with his stout truncheon, his whistle, his considerable courage, and his old hat.
Yes, it's through, darling. It's wonderful, isn't it? Tomorrow, Downing Street, eh? Yes, it got an enormous majority. Well, 11. It would have been 12, but Piers got so excited during the debate that he spent the entire division in the loo.
Oh, sorry, Alan.
Oh, darling, I do miss you. I wish you were here with me now.
Well, that's politics, Fluffy Bottom. By the way, have you seen Beatrice Prothero?
No, why?
Well, she doesn't seem to be in London at the moment, and I need her to organise saturation media coverage for my magnificent victory.
Oh, well, if I see her, I'll tell her. Listen, mustache, bath's running.
All right, darling. Yearn for you longingly.
Darling, that's lovely. I I'm your little rabbit.
And I'm a rabbit too. Right, I'm off down Stringfellows to commit adultery.
Can I come, Alan?
I've no idea, Piers.
Who was that on the telephone?
Alan, his bill's through. He wants you to arrange saturation media coverage. Conceited little prat.
Will it keep until morning?
That will. I won't.
Nonetheless, I believe that this country will not be better placed when everybody on the beat is, to use, I believe, a contemporary expression, tooled up. Marsden may have passed through the Commons with his bill, but I pledged myself to muster opposition to this bill in the Lords, where, with God's help, we'll throw this foul bill out. Let us pray.
Stupid old duffer ought to be put out to grass.
I thought that's why he was in the House of Lords.
This isn't a laughing matter, Sarah. You heard what he said. He's going to vote against my bill. What if it doesn't get through?
Actually, darling, I won't be that upset if your stupid bill doesn't get through. I've been thinking about it. I don't want some butch traffic warden with a six-shooter bearing down on me every time I double park outside Harrods.
Oh, how very loyal.
Amen.
I don't know why I married you.
You married me, my darling, because you're nouveau riche, whereas I can trace my family tree back to Edward II. Amen. And because my father's chairman of the local Conservative Association and held your parliamentary seat in his gift.
Yes, well, it was a rhetorical question, wasn't it? And anyway, Edward II was a poof.
I'm on my way. Suspected witchcraft in Pontefract.
Chief Constable, what about my dossier?
The bill's not law yet. You heard the bishop. There's God's work to be done outside this place.
Please, God, don't let the bishop knacker my bill.
Amen. Amen.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, Norman, we know you're in there. The game's up. We've got the full scam on the Chernobyl timeshare scandal.
April Fool. What a ghastly place you've got here, Norman. Bit of a come down for my business consultant, isn't it? What happened to the plush offices in Cavendish Square?
They finally caught up with me. Inland Revenue, the VAT Gestapo, the fraud squad. A man makes 50 or 60 accounting errors. They call him a thief.
Well, does it affect me?
No.
It's not important then, is it, Norman? Right, that's enough small talk. What am I doing here?
I found you, as asked, a supplier of perfect copies of Smith & Wesson .38 standard 7-shot police revolvers.
Splendid. Come mucho, as we're all saying in Westminster these days, since the visit of King Juan Carlos.
As many as you like for £10 apiece.
They're a little light, aren't they, Norman?
That's because they're made out of recycled frying pans. Probably blow up if fired.
Oh. Well, not to worry, eh? As I was saying the other day in the House of Commons, they're not for firing, they're for deterring. So if you give me the name and address of the supplier, Norman.
Aha. Now, that information will cost you.
How much?
An archer.
A whole Jeffrey? That's £2,000.
I need the money, Alan, and you'll make 50 times that selling these guns to the police.
All right. 1, 2. Mohammed Iqbal Shah International Armaments Limited. This is a third world setup.
Yeah, they're in Accrington.
Well done, Norman. Good luck. Wait a minute. What are you doing with all that money? You fleeing the country?
That's what they expect me to do. No, I've decided to kill myself off.
Oh, we don't need $2 for that. Jump off something.
Well, I'm not committing suicide. No, Norman Borman is simply going to cease to exist.
How do you mean? Exactly.
I'm going to become a woman.
Oh. Evening, Sydney.
Oh, good evening, sir. A great day for you, sir. You've struck a blow for law and order.
Yes, I have had a pretty good day, Sydney. How about yourself?
Me, sir? Oh, well, I haven't had a good day since they abolished hanging. You did promise to bring back the rope.
Yes, I know, Sydney, but it's a long haul to the short drop.
Well, I haven't lost me knack, sir. There we are, sir, on the house.
Thank you, Sydney, but if it's all the same, I'd rather have a large brandy on the house. Oh, police won't dare breathalyse me tonight. Where's Sir Malachi, in the snug?
Mm-hmm.
What's he drinking?
Dandelion and burdock, sir. And a pint of bitter for his friend.
His friend? Mm-hmm. He's supposed to be alone.
There's not much doubt about this one, is there? Really? Charlton to win at Liverpool. No. If you say so.
Evening, Chief Constable.
Bastard, here's to you. You've struck a blow for justice and Jesus today. Don't sit there. Somebody's seat.
Did you bring it with you?
Bring what?
My dossier.
Oh, that. Oh, by the way, what do you think of this?
Very pretty.
I wasn't talking to you. Yeah. Oh, it's a Colt 45 frontiersman. Yeah. Blow the balls off one of them flying pickets at 50 yards, eh? Oh, yeah, they certainly would be airborne. Airborne.
Oh, yes, isn't it pretty? Shall we put it back in its little house now? Bye-bye. Listen, you promised me that I could have that dossier the moment...
Oh, you mean the dossier that proves you were responsible for that tragic car crash on the eve of the general election? It's all right, he knows. Hmm? Yeah. Oh, the Almighty thinks we'd be very silly not to keep this very useful hold over you while there's still so much of his work to be done.
Almighty. Perhaps if I built you a church.
The Lord of Hosts doesn't need any more churches. He needs you to work for him in Parliament. For example, how about a bill to criminalise atheism?
Yes, it's a good idea. It's a great idea, but you've both got to realise that the chances against a backbencher getting a bill through Parliament are 1,000 to 1. I was very, very lucky last time to do so well in the ballot for private members' bills.
Thinks it was luck.
You mean it was a miracle? Well, in that case, who am I to cavil or demur?
Oh, that's the spirit, bastard. Have a pork scratching, says the Lord.
Thank you, Lord. There may be one small problem, though.
Oh, what's that?
Well, even with heavenly help, bills take time to get through Parliament, and we would be giving the forces of darkness time to build up their strength.
You mean Lucifer?
I mean the Bishop of Halton Price.
Oh, that old fool, he doesn't bother us, does he?
Well, he should do. Don't you remember his sermon? I respect atheists, idolaters, and cannibals, he said. And he opposed the gun law, which we all know was God's will. And last Christmas, while you were away on pilgrimage duty, he preached that not only was Mary not a virgin, she was also technically a surrogate mother.
He never did.
Cross my heart. In fact, not only is the Bishop of Halton Price almost certainly an unbeliever,
I suspect he is the secret leader of all who oppose the will of God.
You don't mean?
The Antichrist.
Yes, of course. It all adds up. What do you think? The Almighty says you're right. Yeah? Here. It's your dossier. He says it's the least we can do. Right, I'm on my way. I will be done.
Can I speak to Deputy Chief Constable Ginsberg, please?
He should never have passed his probationary period. He was hearing voices 10 years before the introduction of personal radios. You did the force a good turn, sir, grassing on that machinery.
Just doing my public duty, Chief Constable Ginsberg.
Chief Constable. That's right. Now I'm the Gunzamacher. So, if there's any little favour I can do.
Well, has your force placed an order for handguns yet? Because I can get them for you, you know. Wholesale.
Blimey, who's that? Dennis Waterman? What's it say on the radar?
Made in Taiwan.
What?
Let's say 110.
Let's get him, rich sod.
That's the way you do it. Play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working. That's the way you do it. Money for nothing.
So Hertfordshire Police have bought 500 guns. Great. Well done, Norman. Or is it Norma?
Maybe get a pistol on your little finger. Maybe get a pistol on your phone. We got some custom kitchen delivery.
He's not slowing down.
Shall I have a pop at his tyres like they do on a telly?